So guys, just when you thought the boxing world had settled down, the drama kicks up a notch. Here's what happens when you throw shade at a legend like Mike Tyson. It's day one, the fun has just begun, and Jake Paul, yeah, that YouTube guy turned boxer, decides it's his turn to rewrite history. At a packed press conference, Jake boasts, "I'm better than Muhammad Ali ever was. Ali's nothing compared to me. I'm the greatest, and I'm going to prove it by taking down Tyson."
You know what they've been saying, Jake? They've been saying this. Our great-grandparents had Muhammad Ali. Our parents had Mike Tyson. And we have Jake Paul.
Bro, that's crazy. I seen that tweet. It went viral. It has like 100K favorites or something.
But he doesn't stop there. Nope, he takes a jab at Tyson's legendary trainer too, claiming his trainer is way better than Cus D'Amato ever was. Cus was overrated, just like Tyson, he says.
Do you have any dislike for Jake Paul? Like, you want to teach him a lesson?
I would do just that, but dislike him, never for money, only glory. I would never risk my health for money.
But oh boy, was he in for a reality check. Mike Tyson, who's always been deeply respectful of his own icons, hears about this, and man, he is not having it. What follows is a showdown that could shake the very foundations of the boxing world. Tyson, furious and fuming, confronts Paul, and things get heated real fast. Stick around because you're about to see what happens when the baddest man on the planet decides it's time to teach a young gun some old school respect. Get ready for a story of comebacks, confrontations, and a boxing drama that's more intense than a Hollywood blockbuster. All right, let's get right into the thick of things. Jake Paul, known for stirring the pot, decided to ruffle some heavyweight feathers. At a post-press conference, while the cameras were off, Jake dropped some serious bombs. He wasn't just boasting about being better than Muhammad Ali, he went full throttle, claiming, "I'm better than Muhammad Ali ever was. Ali's nothing compared to me. I'm the greatest, and I'm going to prove it by taking down Tyson." But he didn't stop there. He threw a punch at Tyson's past, dissing Tyson's legendary trainer by saying, "My trainer is way better than Cus D'Amato ever was. Cus was overrated, just like Tyson." Now, onto Tyson's corner. Hearing about Paul's remarks, Tyson's reaction was nothing short of volcanic. Friends close to Tyson said he was livid, to say the least. When Tyson got wind of Jake's comments, he wasn't going to let it slide. According to those backstage, Tyson made a beeline for Paul at the event. With the air thick with tension, Tyson walked up to Paul, got real close, and the confrontation was just a breath away from turning physical. Tyson, who's never been one to mince words, supposedly gave Paul a not-so-gentle reminder of who he was dealing with. He didn't throw a punch, but sure made his point with a couple of strategic slaps. "Remember my warning, kids. Stop the disrespect," Tyson reportedly said, his voice loaded with intent. Security had to step in before things went south, pulling Tyson away as he shouted, "Let's see if you can back it up after I knock you out. Prepare the coffin, Jake." But just as the air seemed ripe for a real throwdown, security jumped into the fray. They were quick, probably anticipating the clash could escalate any second. Security personnel wedged themselves between the two, pushing Tyson back as he shouted at Jake. The crowd around them was buzzing, the atmosphere charged with a mix of shock and anticipation. This moment, right here, was more than just a confrontation. It was a throwback to the days when Tyson would intimidate his opponents with just his glare and presence. And for Paul, it was a taste of what it's like to be in the orbit of someone who's not just a fighter, but a legend. Security may have prevented a full-blown fight right there, but the stage was set for something monumental. You may also have heard about a little scare we had with Mike Tyson. Recently, on a flight from Miami to Los Angeles, Tyson faced a bit of turbulence, but not the kind you're thinking. About 30 minutes before landing, the champ got hit with nausea and dizziness, not from any punches, but from an ulcer flare-up. Imagine that. Even legends have to fight more than just opponents in the ring. Now, there was a bit of a mix-up over the loudspeaker asking if there was a doctor on board, which sure sounds like the beginning of a dramatic movie scene. But it turns out the real drama was with the plane's air conditioning, not Tyson's health. That's right, the flight was delayed for 2 hours, but it was all due to a technical snag with the AC, not our champ. Most people thought otherwise though, and news spread that it was because of Tyson. Tyson's team was quick to clear the air. They dropped a statement saying Tyson's in great shape, thanking the medical folks who checked him out, and setting the record straight that his health hiccup didn't keep the plane on the tarmac. So, for those tuning in, Tyson is still fit as a fiddle, and ready for the showdown with Jake Paul this summer. Speaking of the fight, some folks are worried about Tyson stepping back into the ring at 58. Questions are buzzing about the risks, especially with whispers about potential brain injuries. But here's the thing, Tyson's no stranger to tough battles, and this one's just another day at the office for him. So mark your calendars for July 20th, because Tyson isn't just going to roll over. He's gearing up to show the world there's still plenty of fight left in him. So let's break down what's going on in Tyson's camp as the big fight approaches. Tyson is all in, no distractions. The guy's been off the grid when it comes to the usual pleasures. No smoke, no sex, nothing that could take his mind off the game. He's on the Damon Elliott show spilling how he's channeling all that discipline into his training. Doing what you hate to do, but doing it like you love it. That's Tyson's mantra right now. He's making sacrifices, pushing limits, proving he's not just here for a quick paycheck, but to show he's still got that fire. Now, switching gears to what the pros think about this whole showdown. Floyd Mayweather, always the strategist, breaks it down real simple. This is Mike Tyson we're talking about. His power, his experience, it's something else. Jake's got the hype, sure, but Mike's got the legacy. Mayweather's betting on Tyson, expecting the fight might just end in a knockout, because when Tyson swings, he swings hard.
Jake Paul, I mean, as of right now, for what he's doing, it's good for what he's doing. But once he fights a real fighter, it's going to be bad.
Big George Foreman chimes in too, bringing that old school respect for the sport. He says, Tyson is a legend for a reason. He's got what most folks only dream of, speed, power, and that killer instinct. Jake's brave, no doubt, but stepping in the ring with Tyson, that's a whole different league. And the new kids on the block, they're watching closely. Ryan Garcia gives props to Jake for shaking up the sport, bringing the eyes back to the ring. But even he's got to admit, Tyson is a different beast. Sure, Jake's trained hard, but Mike's a seasoned warrior. He's not just fighting to win, he's fighting to remind everyone why he's the baddest man on the planet. But not everyone's cheering, or convinced this bout should even happen. British boxing legend Ricky Hatton is not mincing words about this one. He's calling the fight a complete shambles, questioning the wisdom of letting 58-year-old Tyson back in the ring for such a high-stakes game. Hatton's point, Tyson might look great for his age and even throw some sharp punches, but stepping back into the competitive ring is a whole different ballgame. And for Paul, well, Hatton thinks it's all just a spectacle, entertainment that's straying a bit too far from the sport's roots. Now, despite the drama and the health scares, the fight's going ahead. Tyson and Paul are set to duke it out over 8 two-minute rounds with 14-ounce gloves, trying to deliver a knockout without knocking the sport's integrity. Tyson, with his legendary status, has a lot on the line, while Paul, the influencer-turned-boxer, could turn a win here into a massive boost for his boxing creds. Hatton's take? It's fine to watch, as long as we remember it's more about the show than the sport. Whether you're tuning in for the spectacle or the sport, this fight's buzz is undeniable, and it's sparking debates from all corners of the boxing world. That's the word on the street. Tyson's not just back for a victory lap. He's here to stake his claim, to prove the legends never really fade away. Even if some might not be too happy about the fight, it is bound to attract a lot of attention. And where there's attention, there's money. Both fighters will for sure go home with bags full of cash. All right, let's zero in on the build-up to this colossal fight. On one side, you've got Mike Tyson tapping into his roots with old-school training methods that have stood the test of time. Tyson's regimen? It's intense. Think heavy bags, sparring sessions, and that classic road work. He's not just jogging, he's pounding the pavement like a man possessed, getting that endurance on point. He's also spicing things up with some cutting-edge techniques like electrical muscle stimulation to keep those reflexes sharp as ever.
And I think he's underestimating me. I truly think that.
Switching to Jake Paul's corner, it's a whole different vibe. Paul's training is a mix of the new school meets Hollywood glam. High-tech gear, analytics, you name it. He's got a team that's all about that modern boxing science, nutritionists, analytics guys, and viral marketing teams. Jake's sessions are as much about performance in the ring as they are about spectacle outside of it. Now, how's the world reacting to this showdown? Well, the buzz is loud and mixed. The boxing community is split. You've got the purists who respect Tyson's comeback spirit, but worry about his age. 57 isn't exactly spring chicken territory in the boxing world. They're voicing concerns about whether this fight might be too much for the legend, fearing he could get seriously hurt. On the flip side, Jake Paul's supporters are hyped. They see him as this underdog making waves, challenging a titan. Sure, he's a newbie compared to Tyson, but his confidence is shaking up the scene. The stakes are sky high for both fighters. For Mike Tyson, this isn't just about stepping back into the ring, it's about proving a point. Tyson is out to show the world that age is just a number, and that the spirit of a fighter never fades. He's fighting to reclaim his respect, to remind everyone why he was once dubbed the baddest man on the planet. It's about legacy for Tyson, proving that true legends never really hang up their gloves. They just find new battles to fight. Then there's Jake Paul, the YouTube star turned boxer. This fight could be his ticket from novelty act to a recognized name in the boxing world. A win against Tyson? That's a career-defining moment right there. It could legitimize him as more than just a sideshow, proving to any doubters that he's serious about this sport, but a loss could reinforce those who argue he's out of his depth in professional boxing. So, what's it going to be? Can Tyson deliver a vintage knockout? Or will Paul pull off one of the biggest upsets in boxing history? You won't want to miss this clash of generations, this battle of old school versus new school. As we wrap up this deep dive into the fiery showdown between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, what's your take? Who are you throwing your weight behind? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to keep up with all the action from this bout and other sports insights. Thanks for tuning in.